Hi, I'm professional sports handicapper Ross Benjamin. It's Thursday, May 20th, and I'm going to take a look at some NBA futures now that we have the full slate in front of us, basically the full slate. We still have some playing games to determine as we speak right now at the time of this recording. Washington and the Indiana Pacers will play this evening, and whoever wins that game will be the number 8 seed and take on the Brooklyn Nets. And then tomorrow night, we'll see the Golden State Warriors and the Memphis Grizzlies collide. And the winner of that will be the number 8 seed in the West. And they will take on the Utah Jazz, whoever wins that game. So, having said all that, the other matchups are already in front of us. So, let's take a look, first of all, at the NBA futures odds to win the world title. Hopefully, I'm going to get this up for you and you can view it fine. And there you go. So, as we could see, the Brooklyn Nets right now are at plus 240. They're the favorite to win it all. And then the LA Lakers next at 375. And that's awful strange because I know the Lakers are the defending champions, but they're the number 7 seed, and they barely got by the Golden State Warriors in the play-in game last night. They needed a LeBron James three-pointer with little time left on the clock to come away with a 103-100 win over the Golden State Warriors. And the Warriors blew a double-digit lead in that game. But having said that, you can't count out the defending world champions, especially with both LeBron James and Anthony Davis in the lineup now, and healthy and rested. There certainly should not be worn down this year, as both of them missed significant time during the regular season. And then you have the Clippers at plus 600. What I find strange about this is quite simple. You have the number 7 seed as the Western Conference in the Western Conference as the top has the shortest odds of anybody in the West at plus 375. And I already alluded to the reasons why I think that's the case. And then you have the LA Clippers, who are the number 4 seed in the West, led by superstar players Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. The Clippers seem like they were on cruise control all year. When they really focused, they're a real good team. And when they really concentrate on the defensive end on occasion, they're a very tough team to beat. Now, the number 1 seed in the West, the Utah Jazz, as you can see, is plus 750. And I'm going to fade them. I'm going to leave them out. I shouldn't say fade them because I'm not betting against them. I'm just not going to even consider a bet on the Utah Jazz at plus 750. When you consider the fact that Donovan Mitchell, their star player, is lost for a season, I think they're going to have a tough look at. If Golden State beats Memphis tomorrow night, I could see Golden State giving Utah all they can handle in round 1. And if they get by that series, then they're going to take on the winner of Denver and Portland. Yes. Is it possible they get to the NBA Western Conference Finals? Absolutely. But I just don't think they have what it takes to knock off either the Lakers or Clippers when they get there. And I really think we're going to see a battle of LA in the Western Conference Finals. Now, in the East, once again, we're looking at the Brooklyn Nets as the top choice, actually, the top choice to win it all in terms of winning the NBA championship at plus 240. And no shock there, as we know that throughout the course of the season, it's been very rare where you found James Harden and Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant on the floor at the same time. Now that to me concerns me a bit because the chemistry issues. Okay, and I'm not saying it's going to be a chemistry issue, but it's potentially could be because these guys really haven't played together for any length of time this year to get any consistent chemistry is where I'm going with this. I think that's the better phrase rather than chemistry issue. So I have a little bit of doubt there, but look, when it comes to the East, unequivocally, the Brooklyn Nets and the Philadelphia 76ers are the two best teams in the East. And let's look at Philadelphia, by the way. This is a team that's plus 750 as the number one seed in the East. And folks, this is a team, when they concentrate on the defensive end, and with Joel Embiid as an absolute force down low, this is a team that could beat anybody. I like their depth. I like what I saw from them when they step up in big games and really lock down defensively. They're extremely tough to beat. And at odds of plus 750, there's a lot of value there in the Philadelphia 76ers. Do I think they could beat the Nets? I absolutely do think they could beat them. It won't be easy. Probably it'll be a 7-game series, but I think or 6 or 7-game series. And I think Philadelphia has what it takes take down a team like Brooklyn. The Milwaukee Bucks at plus 900. I know some people are looking at them as a value play. I'm not one of them. And the reason why is quite simple. You've heard me mention defense on several occasions. And the Milwaukee Bucks just don't play any defense. And you can't continue to win games in the postseason and go deep in the tournament by winning games 135, 128, 138, 136. Sooner or later, that catches up to you, especially when you play against an opponent in a long series that's a good defensive team like the 76ers are. Now, having said that, they're dangerous. But remember, this is the same team that was an absolute disappointment down the stretch last year and into the playoffs where they were swept by the Miami Heat, I believe. And don't quote me on that. I think Miami swept them last year in the playoffs. Having said that, the Miami Heat, let's take a look at them, plus 3,500. Now, they're plus 3,500 to win it all, but they're also plus 1,200 to win the East. To me, they're a legitimate long shot value at plus 1,200 to win the East. And possibly if you want to throw a couple bucks on them to win it all, you can do a lot worse than Miami at plus 3,500. Look, underrated head coach in Eric Spoelstra, a team that went to the NBA Finals last year, a roster that was young last year, another year of experience, and they could take that experience they had of going to the NBA Finals last year and being there and really use it as an asset going into the postseason this year, and a bona fide top player in Jimmy Butler who does a little of everything. And he's a lockdown defender. He gives you that scoring threat that at any time can go for 30 or more. Good rebounder, assist guy, all-around great player, and a guy that can carry a team when the rest of the team is having an off night. So in retrospect, in the East, I'm going to go with a Brooklyn-Philadelphia 76ers final. I like the Philadelphia 76ers to advance out of the East. And if there's a long shot that's going to make some noise, I like the Miami Heat to do so. And might be worth a small play at plus 1,200 to win the East and also plus 3,500 to win it all. In the West, again, the two top teams to me are the Lakers and the Clippers. And you're looking at a number 7 seed and a number 4 seed. Well, where's the top seeds? I already mentioned Utah. I don't think they're going to be a factor without Donovan Mitchell. They maybe get by a series or two, but I think eventually missing Mitchell will definitely catch up to him. The guy had a monster playoffs last year. His scoring threat is certainly going to be missed. And then the number 2 seed is the Phoenix Suns. Now, they're plus 1,800, and I think that's a justified number. Even as a number 2 seed in the loaded Western Conference, you got to consider how young this Phoenix team is. Yes, they have veteran point guard Chris Paul. He's a future Hall of Famer. But if you follow the NBA playoffs over the years, Chris Paul has fallen short in the playoffs time and time again. And if he's your catalyst to get you over the top, I have a little bit of a doubt there. Also, we're talking about a franchise who has not made the playoffs since 2012 and also is going to be facing the defending champion LA Lakers in the first round. and I think they're going to come up short in that series just on experience level alone. And Phoenix, they have some good players. Devin Booker's a real good one, but they don't have anybody the caliber of a LeBron James or an Anthony Davis. So I think you can count Phoenix out. And as far as the rest of the conference goes, I don't see anybody being a dark horse here in the West. If I was to take a dark horse, I'd be looking at the Dallas Mavericks. Um, Luka Doncic is a terrific player when Kristaps Porzingis is healthy. Dallas is a tough out. They had some success in the playoffs a season ago that they can carry over that experience into this year's playoffs. But again, I don't think they have enough to get over the hump in a series against the Lakers, the Clippers, or both. So again, my two teams in the West, I'm looking at the Western Conference Final, the Lakers and the Clippers. Um, I am going to go with a LA Lakers in Philadelphia 76ers final. And folks, I'm going to take the Philadelphia 76ers to win it all at plus 750. Um, this is a great value in my estimation. For look, if you look at Philadelphia and Utah, and they're both at plus 750, Philadelphia is unequivocally the better value in this situation for the reasons I just mentioned. And I'm taking Philadelphia. I'm going with the 76ers plus 750 to win it all in the NBA. Now, let me tell you why I don't like NBA futures is because sometimes when you make a futures bet and it gets down to a series in which the team you bet on to win it all, it sort of influences you on a game to game basis in terms of situations where you should fade them. Let's face it, there's no team in this field right now that's going to go 16-0 to win the NBA championship. So there's no team in this field right now that's going to cover all 16 games as well. So, and what I'm saying is, you got to be careful when you make these NBA futures odds plays. It's remember you're not making a massive bet. You're looking to maximize your rate of return, and I think at plus 750 you can do that. And if push comes to shove, for example, if heaven forbid, Joel Embiid goes down with a season-ending injury in round one, you're not stuck with just the Philadelphia 76ers bet. You could hedge against them in certain situations. So just be smart when making NBA futures plays. Just a friendly reminder, folks, my website's rbwins.com. I finished number 4 in the NBA during regular season action at sports capping amongst 75 other handicappers. You can get my plays, my NBA playoff plays, weekly, monthly, annual package right there at rbwins.com. And baseball's going on right now, and I'm doing very well. As a matter of fact, I'm number 1 on 2 sites in Major League Baseball with a 47-29 season record. After starting just 13-13, I've gone 34-16 with my last 50 Major League Baseball plays, and that's good for 68%. And folks, I don't give you big chalks. My average money line play in Major League Baseball, whether it be on a side, a run line, or a total, is minus 107. So you're getting good value. You're getting a nice return on investment with me in Major League Baseball. Again, that's rbwins.com, where you pay a little to make a lot. Until the next time, folks, good luck and God bless.